I'm Valentino. I come from Italy. My Chinese name is Lu Tianhua. My university is Sun Yat-sen University. I'm studying law here. I'm a PhD student. This is my third year. Chongqing was my first experience in China. I participated on an exchange program. I spent 1 year there, in which I studied Chinese law. The experience in Chongqing was the reason why I came back to China after moving back to Italy for a while, because I felt like China was really moving fast. And as a potential lawyer, I need a dynamic country to increase my skill, to learn things faster. One of them, of course, is the food culture. What I found out is that Guangzhou is very similar to my home country in a certain way. People pay a lot of attention on food, which Italy is very famous about. I definitely love dim sum, and honestly eat it more times per week, even more than Italian food. It's xiaojiao, shaomai, niurouqiu, chuanfeng. I love them. I also tried the chicken feet. It's wonderful. I also really like the approach people have to life, the idea of sharing time with people, drinking tea, having a small talk, and maybe take a walk outside. I think Guangzhou is a city that can offer basically everything. It's a city that many flavors that can actually accommodate everybody. If you are fancy of big buildings like Shanghai, you have Jijiang Town. If you want a historic place, you can go to Liwan. Or if you want to have a walk in a small island, you can go to Xiamen Island. You want to, I don't know, hike, you can go on the mountain in Bayun. It is great. That's the reason why I'm here for 10 years now. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here for such a long time. The food and the yamcha is great. And I love the Cantonese language as well. I didn't learn it because it is extremely complicated. I think it will take me maybe 50 years of my life just try to master the different tones. But I like the way it sounds when people speak. It sounds very musical, and it reminds me a lot of my own language. Italian is also a very musical language. I feel the same energy. The way they really care about quality of life, it's a big thing here. More than being crazy of money, or being crazy of development is let's enjoy. And also the way they approach people, they are super open, and I never heard somebody criticizing somebody else for his status. Like, you are not as good as I am because you don't have a good job as I do. So it seems like the hierarchy doesn't really matter, which is something pretty nice. Not seeing people judging depending on who you are. And there's also the reason why the way you dress is not really relevant, because you might dress very poorly but being the richest guy in the room. There are different cities with different culture. You could go to Shenzhen, for example, if you need a very extremely dynamic young city. I spent a few months in Shenzhen a couple years ago, and you can see that everybody in Shenzhen is so incredibly young. Everybody's coming from different provinces. So Shenzhen is the melting pot. Like New York meets Silicon Valley, you have Foshan. If you want to try the Shunde food, you just need to take a cab and drive half an hour and you're served. The infrastructure, it's unbelievable. To me, you can reach any of the city real fast. You can go there and come back at night if you want. This means that you can have a contact with different people. And I think the Greater Bay Area project is a great idea. I want to teach. I have 2 lawyer licenses, one in Italy, one in Spain. I had practicing for quite some time, and I can keep practicing for all my life. But I thought that becoming a teacher, a professor of law, and teaching to students, it's a great value, because you allow people to building on top of what you know. I will try to become a professor, maybe law in China. Let's see if Sun Yat-sen welcomes me. I will do my best. But yes, I will try to move on the academic field. This say for 大老, 水大老. The meaning is that live a long life and study your whole life. And it is important to me because until now I never stopped studying, and I think I will never do. And study is a really important part of my life.